guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is You Cherish DIY. In my last video I taught you how to knot 5 different kind of knots. In this video I'm going to be teaching you 7 others. Like I said in my last video and in the other video and in the other video, that knowing how to tie knots is very important, because you need it in saving lives, you need it in parceling, you need it in doing different kind of things you never even believe you can do with it. So in this video, please stick with me on this video, and I'm going to be teaching you 7 great ways of tying knots. I'm going to be teaching you the surgeon knot, the pipe hitch, and a few others. And I told you also in my last video that we are doing 25 knots. I'm going to be teaching you how to knot 25 different kind of knots. So we are just, by the end of this video, we would have gone in 12 of them. So please stay glued. I will tell you how to knot it, I'll teach you how to knot it, and what you can do with the different kind of knots.
The first knot is a round turn plus 2 half hitches, used for boating or sailing, outdoor, home and garden, used for securing line to an object. To start, you take the rope round the object and you bring the working end under the standing part and into the loop, forming a half hitch. This is repeated and another half hitch is formed. Then drag the standing part towards the pole, and this gives a tight hitch knot. The second on this video, which is the 7th knot, is a taut line hitch. It is an adjustable loop knot used on lines under tension, also for securing tent lines in outdoor activities. It is also used for securing loads on vehicles. To start this, you take the rope around the object and form a loop by taking the loose end under the standing part, and then have 2 turns inside the standing part, and then the loose end is brought again on the standing part and another loop is formed. You know this has been done right when the both sides go sideways. This indicates that the taut line hitch has been formed. Then you drag. The 8th is the stiff dowels knot. It is a stopper knot tied near the end of a rope. It is an excellent knot for anchoring a tap. This is like the figure 8 knot, but it is slightly different because it is crossed 2 times instead of once. You make a loop, you cross it, and then you tie, you drag it. You can see that there are 2 turnings in the loop, almost looking like the figure 8, but it is different. The 9th is the surgeon's knot. It is a binding knot for joining 2 ropes together. It is similar to the square knot, except for the first stage is doubled. To start, you cross 2 ropes twice and then make another knot at the top, forming a loop, and then you cross the other rope inside the loop formed. You will notice that this knot, unlike the square knot, on one side of it has double crossing and the other a single crossing. This is the difference. The 10th is the fisherman's knot. It is used for joining thin, stiff or slippery lines. As the name implies, it is very useful for making fish lines. This could be done in 2 ways. The first way is to join 2 lines, bring back 1, and form 3 loops. Then take the loose end in between the 3 loops and drag, forming a knot at this end of the rope. And then another knot is formed at the end of the other side of the two ropes, doing same thing as was done in the first side. You return the other rope and form 3 loops on the other side, and then take the loose end across the 3 loops, and this forms a knot on the other side of the 2 ropes. And then you drag the 2 sides of the rope of different colors. You drag each colors on the 2 ends. This makes the knot to slip across the rope and join at a point. The other method is just to form a knot, just a single knot on each side of the end of the 2 ropes. You do that on the first end, and then you repeat same process on the other end, just forming a single knot on the other side. And then you drag the 2 different colors or the 2 different type of ropes, just one on each end, and the 2 knots formed on the each end come to a point, forming a fisherman knot. The 11th is a timber hitch or the bowyer's knot. It is used for attaching a single length of a rope to a piece of a wood. In knotting this rope, you pass the rope completely around the wood or the pipe you are knotting against. Then make a loop and 3 turns in the loop, and then you drag with the working end and the standing part. This gives a timber hitch. The 12th is a pipe hitch, used for hoisting tubular objects such as pipes and logs. To knot this, you take the rope across the pipe 3 to 4 times, but I chose to do mine 4 times. And then you take the loose end across the standing part and form a hitch, and then form another hitch by forming a loop. Then take the standing part and tighten towards the pipe.
I hope you have learned a whole lot, and I'm waiting for your comments and for your responses as regards what you have learned, and if there are other ways you want me to improve on how I do my illustrations, I am welcome to your opinions and to your suggestions. Please like my videos, subscribe, and drop comments, and also turn on the notification buttons so you can also get the subsequent trainings I'll be doing. So until I come back next week, stay cool and stay safe. This is your Cherish DIY.